Hello and welcome to what will be the Bobber playing through a Soviet Union run here in Hearts of Iron 4. I haven't played the Soviet Union since the new patch and I want to check out getting the Trotskyite plot to trigger and getting Trotsky as a ruler. I also want to see if it's possible to, with historical focuses on, manage to turn France communist from the outside, because typically what will happen with another nation is they'll get up to one of the democratic ones is they'll get up to the 60%. They'll get an event which says, you know, we want the revolution sort of thing to happen, and they'll take the option that lowers support by 10% and loses them some national unity for about 2 years. And because when you're up at about 50% support for your party there, even if you keep boosting support, in those 2 years it will take more than the 2 years to get up to a higher level, and they can just keep picking that option repeatedly and bashing it back down. Whereas I think that the modifier should last a longer time. But anyway, now, for this setup, I actually want to go produce a bunch of outdated equipment, because you can produce them basically twice as quickly as the real equipment, and I want to give a whole lot of guns away to China to help them defend against the Japanese aggression. And also, we have just a colossal deficit. Well, it's not showing at the moment, but give it a day and you'd be able to see our colossal deficit for infantry equipment. Now, if I want to force France to be communist, I want to get down to this focus as soon as possible, which does mean that we aren't going to be taking our research slot as early as I would like, which is sad, but it's necessary for, well, the strategy that I've outlined that I want to go for. 4, 1, 2 is fine. And then full sets of these, and as many as 5 fighter ones. So maybe not quite full, but like 2 and 2. That looks good. Where is that extra rubber going? So this should be 5. Oh. Well, let's fix that. So instead of that one being 5, we'll make that one 5, and it retains the full efficiency cap from being a production line that was already in existence at the start of the game. And I don't like the strategic bombers. So that looks good for these. No, bop these down to just the 1. And tell them to produce over to here. I will leave a couple of submarines up here. But absolutely everyone else, if you could live here, that would be super. And the same with our Japanese fleet, which we are just abandoning. We might come back over this way once we have defeated Germany when the day comes. Cool, and we can't make this fleet exit, so we just sort of live with the fact that they have to stay here. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to want, if we look at this fleet, we will see that although it's got some nice battleships, it doesn't really have enough at the light end of things. So, what was your name? You were the Boltynievsky, the Baltic Fleet. And sure, you can have that. And then what we'll do is we'll go make, oh, I don't know, something like 12 of those. And like 4 heavies. There we go, that'll do. Research. we are not getting extra research slots for a long time, so we have to put our effort in to the usuals. And for this, we're going to be taking a 4:3 approach. Is nice and simple. That should be enough for a while, and we'll go trade for that rubber. And we will trade with our good friend France. Cool. And it's bitching about our old guns, but we don't particularly mind. Oh, next step. Yoink. Armies. Grab everyone. You're in an army. You all walk in a way that doesn't get you attrition back to Moscow. Next step, we want to separate off the tanks, because we're going to be sending those to help the Spanish Civil War and China. Next, split off, grab all the mountaineers. Very good. They can also come over here. Next, all the NKVD, or is it NVKD? No, I got it right the first time. Nope. I will be deleting those off later, but for the moment, that can be your job. Come on. There you go. And then the horsies. Who at some later date will probably turn into military police. Almost there. There's a truck that we can get rid of. And one tank that we missed. Cool. Now what we do is we go and tell these guys that they are the last to get weapons, and the same with these. Very good. Tanks are the first for the moment. And I think that's about it. We can then speed up. Double check that we're doing everything we wanted. Want to influence here. And we can time up. Oop, our boats are getting across from the Japanese theatre. Come on, up into the Baltic with you. Thank you. Group. They should all unify. Lovely. Give them a good leader, even though he'll get destroyed when we have a plot, probably. My understanding is it kills off a lot of very nice people, which is another reason that we're only going to pick the military theorist and more or less nothing else, because I think a lot of them get purged by this, not purged by Trotsky. Not purged by Trotsky. Modifier. Put all our planes out to pasture for the moment. Oh, and the other one that we can interfere with is the Ethiopia War. So, we grab these, we find a couple that are at full strength, maybe 3. How many will you let us send to Ethiopia? Only 2. Okay, so one goes back there. We'll give them a general, one of the ones that's good at armoured, but not Zhukov. You'll do. And we go help out Ethiopia. Just to be a pain and delay Italy there, because if they are still in their war here, they can't help out in the civil war with Spain. And I would give away guns, but I have no guns to give away because of this massive deficit. Here we go. Let's see if we can cut off his port here. Actually, if you'd strategically redeploy so you don't suffer any attrition in the meantime, I'd be most appreciative. One day we're going to want that to be more like 8. Okay, push to the port. Keep working our way towards influencing France. You want to attack into my tanks that you cannot pierce? Doesn't seem like a wise move. And we get his port, and we laugh. Oh, so we've got to go help there. But for the moment, let's try and clear out that pocket. Now, slow down. You. I love you. I want you to be my friend. I wish I had guns to give you. Instead... Whoa! Oh, it's the news. We will give you... These are the old guns, and for the moment, give you 40% of what we make. And we should also prepare to send him some help. And I'm pretty sure I can send him a bit more. So we'll find 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks like I've got to kill off maybe 1 or 2 to earn enough tanks in our stockpile. We can actually reinforce. Really? Still more? Okay. I'll do 1 more. Well, that'll have to do. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are they going to let me send first? Let's find that out. I'm not allowed to find out till 8 in the morning. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo! Oh. Okay, maybe it's 8 in the evening. There we go. How many would you let me send? 5. So we go find 5 tanks. So we find the one that's the least reinforced. You separate out. Everyone else can have Zhukov, and off to Spain with you, because this war ends. Send volunteers. Where's Zhukov? Have Zhukov. Thank you. Be my friend. Speed up. So I don't like that we're attacking over a river, but it is a tank versus a normal infantry, so... eh. And he's apparently attacking up in the north. Oh, there we go. He's ended that. Still. Ooh, he's reinforcing. From up there? Well, I'll stop. I'll see if I can go join up there. Because they are suffering from not supply. Still a couple of days away from our divisions arriving there. If he's going to pull units down there, we'll attack the other one. Now, can I also give you some guns? I'll give you 10% of what I make. Okay, see if we can clear out that area. Something like that. Keep taking the tech speed ones, because we're going to suffer for not having an extra tech slot. Actually, we'll probably go straight there. I like cutting off this area first, and smushing that, then sweeping across to here, and then sweeping along that side, as my general strategy for helping out in this war. Nope. Now, across, across, across. Turn around. Start moving in. Slow down, because I've got multiple wars I'm helping out in that I need to keep paying attention to. As long as he doesn't lose his capital on this side while I'm helping out over here. There we go, nice positive light tank count, thanks to the ones that we got rid of. You can help there. You can help there. Well, actually no, you should be doing support attacks, and you shouldn't be attacking at all because you're in the mountains. We don't want the extra attrition where possible. Help defend. Support attack. Looks good. These are both winning. His capital is not yet being pushed, so I don't have to worry about racing up to defend it. Oh, go get that and come back. No, no, no. I want to help attack, thank you. Oh, I can't. Okay. That all looks good. Oh, and we've squished that off. So we go get the port again, because he'll probably try and naval land there. At least until Ethiopia starts holding it. I don't want to let Italy come back over here. Up. Move up. Move up. Jolly good. Everyone over here. Now we'll sweep across here and then there. Ready, steady, cook. Whilst over here. Oh, beautiful. Strategically redeploy up to about there. Or in fact, there. Now, are you going to come hold the port? There's something I really hate, is that the AI gets obsessed with putting units on borders with countries that literally couldn't declare war on them. Like, they're democratic. Ethiopia has caused no tension. There is literally no way for Britain to declare war on Ethiopia. Yet he's like, I need units on this border. It's an imperative. I don't need to guard the port from Italy, even though we're currently at war. It really frustrates me, and China does it all the time as well. They will leave huge amounts of units on the Raj and French border and just get steamrolled by Japan from the north. Well, maybe 40% of their units are along these borders. It's like, if you were at war, you would pull your units away from the borders of countries that you're literally not able to be declared war on, or that have said, we're not interested in being at war with you. Especially if it means you're about to get smushed. Like, you're about to get completely taken over. Your capital was going to fall. You'd do something. You wouldn't be defending like, the arse end of nowhere. Anyway, we should end this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching and that you'll join us again soon. Bye-bye.